Today is a celebration of love, of commitment, of friendship, of family, and of two people who are in it for forever. You really don't have to have a ceremony to have a marriage. Marriage is essentially a contract. In the law, we usually don't do a big ceremony when we have a contract. When contracts are signed, we certainly don't exchange rings, we don't have a big party, and we don't have a dance afterwards. But when you think about it, this kind of thing is kind of weird, isn't it? You're standing here in front of all the people, looking fancy, staying in front of people who mean just about everything to you. And you're nervous, you're not really comprehending what's being said. That's why we're videotaping this, Julie. So why do we do it? The marriage ceremony, in some form or another, has been an important feature across all societies, culture, and religion for millennia. We have thousands of important moments that happen throughout our lives, but this is regarded as one so crucial, so critical, so meaningful, so indispensable, that we acknowledge its special status by sharing it with others. Why this moment? Because despite all of our differences, love is what we all share. It's the great unifier, our one universal truth. That no matter who we are, where we come from, what we believe, we know this one thing, and that is love is what we need. That's why Julie and Austin are standing here. And that's why you are all here to watch them stand here. We've all loved in our lifetimes, and in this moment we're reminded that our ability to love is really what makes us human, the best part of being human. All of us here today have our own love stories. Some are short, some are long, some are unyet written, while others are just getting to the good part. There are chapters in all of our stories that are sad or disappointing, and others that are exciting and full of adventure. In Austin and Julie's case, we have a teacher and a student. The teacher sees her handsome and rakish teacher walk into the first class of the day, his hair tousled after just getting off his bike. And immediately she sends a text to her friend stating, "My teacher just walked into class. He's so cute. I am so in trouble." Julie admits it was pretty much love at first sight. She wants to get to know the teacher better. She goes by his office frequently and often, making excuses to see him. The teacher, professionally but clueless, helps her with requests. The student, not put off and being quite taken by the teacher, continues to keep herself in sight by frequenting the halls in the office over and over and over again. The teacher, still clueless, sees her again and again, answers her questions, for help, but begins to think, wow, she's okay. Maybe I need to get to know this person better. But she's the student, so it's hands off. Finally, sometime after he stops being her teacher and he still sees her up and down the hall, the teacher begins to finally get a clue and thinks, maybe I should get to know this amazingly smart and beautiful person better. And this time, the teacher, finally clued in, takes the former student to coffee, and the rest is history. That persistence, along with many other moments, now brings them here to pause, look back, and smile at the moments that brought them here. And it's time to look ahead to all the moments that are still to come. I'm here, we're all here, because we want to see these moments with Julie and Austin. We're here to hope with them, to support them, to be proud of them, and to remind them that love isn't happily ever after. Love is the experience of writing their story over a lifetime. It's not one moment. It's not even this moment. It's every moment. Big ones like going out for the first time, at some point saying I love you, moving in together, getting engaged, but mostly a million little ones that come in the big moments. Falling asleep next to one another, making dinner together, spending holidays with families, getting a big hug when you get home from work. These everyday moments fuse together into one big experience. And even though this experience is so incredible, words fail us when we try to explain it. That's just the way it is with love. It's meant to be felt, not described. But trying to describe love is one of our favorite pastimes. We use words, we have to write stories and poems and songs about love. And even though we describe love in different ways, and even though love can look different from one person to the next, we all know it when we see it. And we see it today. I feel like Marco Rubio. Marriage is a commitment to life, to the best that two people can find. and bring out in each other. It offers opportunities for sharing and growth that no other human relationship can equal, a joining that is promised for a lifetime. The most important thing about marriage is respect, realizing that you are two separate people with different ideas, that you don't belong to each other, that you belong with each other and share a mutual bond. Within the circle of its love, marriage encompasses all of life's most important relationships. A wife and a husband are each other's best friend, confidant, lover, teacher, listener, and critic. There may come times when one partner has erred, made a mistake in their job, their relationships, and life. The most important thing about a marriage is forgiveness, to accept each other's faults and pardon mistakes with forgetting, but also with remembering what you learned from them. Marriage understands and forgives the mistakes life is unable to avoid. It encourages and nurtures new life, new experiences, and new ways of expressing love through the seasons of life. When two people pledge to love and care for each other in marriage, they create a spirit unique to themselves, which binds them closer than any written or spoken words. The most important thing about a marriage is understanding, the ability to comprehend not only the spoken word, but those unspoken gestures, the little things that say so much by themselves. Marriage deepens and enriches every facet of life. Happiness is fuller, memories are fresher, commitment is stronger, even anger is more strongly felt and passes away more quickly. Another most important thing about marriage is sharing, facing your good fortunes as well as the bad, together, but conquering problems forever, searching for ways to intensify your happiness. Marriage is a promise, a potential made in the hearts of two people who are in love, which takes a lifetime to fulfill. The final most important thing about marriage is giving without thought of return, but with a hope of just a simple smile, and by giving in but never giving up. It's fitting to again speak briefly about love. We live in a world of joy and fear and search for meaning and strength in the disorder. We discover the truest guideline of our quest when we realize love in all of its magnitude. Love is the eternal force of life. Love is the force that allows us to face fear and uncertainty with courage. The giving of ourself in love is difficult because you must learn to give of your love without total submission of yourself. In your giving, you give your joy, your sadness, your interest, your understanding, your knowledge, all expressions that make up life. But in this giving, remember to preserve yourself, your integrity, your individuality, and even some independence. This is the challenge of love within marriage. Although you are sharing one life, never forget you are two separate people. Cherish and affirm your differences, but love each other. Keep your commitment primary. Together you will laugh and cry, be sick and be well, be happy and be angry, share and grow sometimes together, sometimes separately, but never remain stagnant. Love and life are always changing, always new. If you will ensure a healthy, lasting marriage, always, always value each other. Although you will disagree, remember to respect each other's feelings, needs, and wants. We've gathered today in the love of friendship and family to celebrate the blending of two lives. As Julia and Austin come here today before you, they will leave this place as one, united in marriage. As family and friends, each of you has played some part in bringing them to this moment, and in various ways will continue to support and contribute to it. Julie and Austin, you realize in a greater sense, no one person can marry you. Only you can marry yourselves. By your commitment to each other, and to work with all of your hearts toward creating an atmosphere of care and respect, by your willingness to face together the fears and uncertainty that underlie human life, you marry yourselves most surely and more surely than any other document, a contract, that we will put our signatures to today. Your love for one another and your willingness to accept each other's strengths and frailties with understanding and consideration will form the foundation for a life together that will last. Today you commit yourselves to honoring and protecting one another above your separate selves and to valuing your union above your own interests. In so doing, you will find a wealth of love and peace not otherwise attainable, but with this joy comes a profound responsibility to protect the other. It is only with continual care that your love is truly secure in the face of life's inevitable tests. You must regard each other with the deepest respect. You must appreciate each other's talents, foster each other's dreams, and be ever mindful of the many gifts that the other offers you. You must inspire and encourage one another. By strengthening your spouse, you strengthen your marriage. Bring out the very best in each other. Be sparing in criticism and generous in praise for things well done. In communication, be honest and open. The heart that communicates truth without hesitation earns trust and builds a secure home. With truth comes respect. With respect comes love. And love grows. So accept your marriage as a work in progress that will hereafter consume your attention and never be completed. A lifelong love requires a lifetime of work. A vast unknown future stretches out before you. The future with its hopes and disappointments, its joys and its sorrows is hidden from your eyes, but it's a great tribute to your belief in each other that you're willing to face those uncertainties together. We hope that the pure, simple love which you join together, your hearts and hands today, never fails but grows deeper and stronger and surer with every year. To paraphrase 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verses 4 through 7, love is very patient and kind, never jealous or envious, never boastful or proud. Love is never haughty or selfish or rude. Love does not demand its own way. Love is not irritable or touchy. Love does not hold grudges and will hardly notice when others do it wrong. Love is never glad about injustice, but rejoices whenever truth wins out. If you love someone, you will be loyal to them no matter what the cost. You will always believe in them, always expect the best in them, and will always stand your ground in defending them. You've known each other from the first glance of acquaintance to this point of commitment. At some point, you decided to marry. From that moment of yes to this moment of yes, you've been making commitments in an informal way. All of those conversations that were held in a car, over a meal, during lawn walks, all those conversations that began with when we were married and continued with I will, you will, we will. All those late night talks that included someday, somehow, and maybe. All those promises that were unspoken matters of the heart, all these common things and more are the real process of a wedding. The symbolic vows that you're about to make are a way of saying to one another, you know all those things that we promised, hoped, and dreamed? Well, I meant it, every word. Look at one another and remember this moment in time. Before this moment, you've been many things to one another. Acquaintance, friend, companion, lover, even teacher. And you've learned much from one another over these years. Shortly, you'll say a few words that will take you across the threshold of life, and things between you will never be quite the same. After today, you will say to the world, this is my husband, this is my wife. The ring is an ancient symbol, perfect and simple symbol. The ring has no beginning and no end. You wear the rings as a symbol of your marriage. They remind you who you are, where you've been, and where you're going. The rings will get nicks and dings that might tarnish a little, just like you will, but they'll remain strong as you will. Kobe? Austin, repeat after me. Julie, I take you to be my wife.
Julie, I take you to be my wife.
To love you with all my heart.
To love you with all my heart.
To share with you all of my soul.
To share with you all of my soul.
To grow with you through all my days.
To grow with you through all my days.
As long as we both shall live.
As long as we both shall live.
Katie? Okay, Julie, repeat after me. Austin, I take you to be my husband.
Austin, I take you to be my husband.
To love you with all my heart.
To love you with all of my heart.
To share with you all of my soul.
To share with you all of my soul.
To grow with you through all of my days.
To grow with you through all of my days.
As long as we both shall live.
As long as we both shall live.
Austin and Julie have vowed in our presence to be loyal and loving towards one another. They've formalized this bond between them with spoken vows and given rings to each other. It's my pleasure with this exchange of vows and exchange of rings, and with the power vested in me by the state of Utah, to now pronounce Julie Kriska Randolph and Austin James Baird married as husband and wife.
Can we make out now?
You can make out now. And it's my pleasure to present to you Dr. and Mrs. Austin and Julie Baird. You're done.